All right. Whoops. Let's see if people can find me over here. It's going to take us a while to get back up. Let me put my lips on. While we're waiting for people to join, let me put my lips on. Thank you, Miss Kara.
Interesting, the whole chat stayed active.
The whole chat stayed active?
It stayed active.
Oh, good. Very good. It's better now. I'm just using data off my phone, so hopefully that keeps us going. But on the phone, everyone's so stinking small, right?
Half the people.
Ah,
We'll be back.
yeah. Hopefully everyone's coming back on here. So glad everyone came back. My hair's a mess today. Having a bad hair day. Hi, Tiffany. Let's answer a couple of these psychic questions while we're waiting for people to come in, while we're waiting for them to join. Okay, so, thank you. Thank you, Big Trippy. I don't know, I feel like I've been having a bad hair day. My hair's not what it used to be. Some of those medications I'm on, you know how they can mess with your hair. Almost said a bad word. Okay, so Jaylene, will my house insurance approve our claim? Will Jaylene's house insurance approve their claim? All right, I'll just answer it. I'm not seeing people popping on. I'm feeling it's going to be approved, but not to the extent you want it to. Like, I'm feeling it's going to be approved, but you're going to have to, you're going to have to pay some. So this reminds me of, so what's been going on in our house is my husband and I have a business meeting out in Boston I need to do. My husband was going to join me. We're going to kind of make a trip out of it. And that's going to coming up in a couple of weeks. Well, hadn't quite made the reservations. We were about to, and we were sitting in our living room one night, and all of a sudden we hear drip, drip coming from our skylights. So we ended up having to have a new roof, skylights, all kinds of mess done. You know, we live in Nebraska where there's hail damage. So y'all know what happened? Insurance doesn't cover all that. So now when people start asking me where I'm going for vacation, I'm just going to start posting pictures of my roof. And you know what's bad about getting a new roof? Is it not any prettier than the old one? You know, when you spend that kind of money, yes, of course, insurance pays for some of it, but then you have your deductible, you have depreciation and all that mess. So that's my summer vacation this year, is a new roof. Anyone feeling me on that? Okay. So New Life here wants to know, will me and my husband reconcile our marriage soon? I'm feeling you will. I'm feeling that y'all are both working hard. There's a lot of love in your there's a lot of love between y'all, and you're gaining a new appreciation for each other, and I'm feeling like you will. I want to thank everyone who has come back to my live. I know I had to go out and come back in. Couple of things. If you want, I'm having a free event being held via Zoom on July 18th in the evening. If you want to join that, go to my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, under events. Make sure you're hitting that, getting the Zoom link for it. And also click that follow button if you haven't done so. Let's roll into these spirits. I'm hearing Grandma, was it either Mary or Marie? I'm hearing either Mary or Marie. So we have a grandma energy here, and it's I'm hearing a name Mary or Marie around it. She's letting me know that she wore dresses a lot. This lady was, and it wasn't always like dressy dresses. It was just, no, I'm not done, Miss Sarah. I had to go to my phone. My iPad was, I had to go with data. Don't do FastWire. So sorry. They let me down. So this lady wore dresses a lot, but like house dresses. That was her go-to. She's also showing me having her hair up. I feel the need to, she either had short hair or she pulled it up. I'm feeling the need to just pull my hair up. Actually, I think she would put it up. I'm feeling her pulling her hair up. Hi, Miss Hera. She's also letting me know that she loved to listen to music. I'm hearing a lot of music in the background. She's working in the kitchen, and I'm hearing music playing in the background. She loved to make, I feel like I'm either kneading dough or I saw that. I saw Miss Caitlin was found, and she was kind of found in the area that we had said that she would be. Short gospel music, and she was a baker. Is it? Are you claiming this person, or are you recapping, Miss Kara? Are you claiming or recapping? Claiming. All right, Miss Kara, I'm going to ask you to go. It's not letting me invite you to go live, Kara. So if you could invite me, I will accept. So I think you know the drill. Down at the bottom, there's those two people. Click it, invite me to go live, and I will accept. Let's see, Miss Kara. Is it letting you ask me, Miss Kara? All right, Miss Kara has claimed this spirit, but I don't know. So Kara, if you can, down at the bottom, there is the two people. One's blue and one's pink. Click that, invite me to go live, and I will accept, and we'll get your grandmother read here. Yes.
Hello, hello.
Kara.
Can you hear me?
Oh, not.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Christy?
Yeah, that was fast, man. Your grandmother was on it, wasn't she?
I had a feeling and I was just kind of hanging out. I had things to do, but I was hanging out and then boom, you started and then you didn't stop and every point was on point. So
I was your grandmother meant business. Like she was like dot 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 dot. Everything she said, it fit you exactly, and you're like, yes. So this lady was also a cheerleader for people. Like she would get so excited when something was going good in your life, or if anything happened. She was such a good cheerleader. You remember that about her?
yes.
Because as you're talking, I tell this to people a lot. It's not just what Spirit says to me, it's how they give me the information. And she stepped up and was just cheering us on because we were able to make this connection, which was actually quite easy because she gave such good information. She's showing me, Kara, that she's showing me the rug has been pulled out from under you a little bit. Do you know what she is referencing?
That is a reoccurring theme.
Well, I'm sad to hear that.
You kind of know a little bit about my past, but yeah.
This
But
is something
never-
that has recently happened. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go. She's showing me it was. I do know about your past, but the last time I had spoken to you, like things were more.
Oh yeah, things are great, but I'm walking on eggshells a little bit.
Yes. Does this have to do with your relationship?
That is now done and over. So yeah, maybe rug pulled out. Yes.
Yes. It was just like almost a slap in the face. Your grandmother is showing me that it was great, and then all of a sudden it wasn't.
Yeah. Yep. It's just and you know, I just took that as a sign from my loved ones and the divine that was a great learning experience.
You know, she was actually complimenting you on it because you recognized it right away. In the past, you would have pushed it. You would try to make it work. You would try to make that square peg fit in the round hole. But this time, you're like, you know what? Thank you, Divine. I appreciate you letting me know, and moving on.
100%. Yep. That's where you said the rug pulled out. I was like, well, that's funny because most people would think that my very blessed life has been rug pulled out, but I always see it as like highest and best good, right? So
yeah, yes. And your grandmother is just so proud of you for recognizing that right away. Now she is mentioning your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what she's saying about your daughter. She's saying that she was struggling, and it feels like she was struggling to make friends, something to do with some friends, and you really were able to help walk her down that path unbiasedly. Like you didn't step in with emotion.
We were just talking about that last night.
Your grandmother is saying how you really were able to, even though you wanted to be like, let's go, let's check him out, you really helped your daughter look at it from do a 360 on the situation, and how much that's going to help your daughter in the future as she's growing to this just beautiful, amazingly confident young lady. And your grandmother is saying that's because of you and how you always help her look at the whole picture instead of just from her viewpoint. Even though in this situation your daughter was correct, you still had her look at it from all viewpoints. Does that make sense?
It does. 100%.
Okay, so now we covered the daughter, we covered the relationship, and now we're off and running to the job, because why wouldn't we?
Exactly. That's really what I was praying on. So let's see,
Okay, so that's really what you're here for, right? Is the job. Okay, there has been an upheaval at your company. I'm hearing that everyone is skating on thin ice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to know if you're going to lose your job?
I don't think I'm going to lose my job, honestly.
You don't lose it either.
We got acquired. Yeah, we got acquired, and I'm one of the angeled in, right? I was part of the deal. So, yeah. But I've been, I'm good with change, but other people don't bring change well. And so everyone's walking around on eggshells and everyone's upset, and it's just, that's
So
not.
you know what is okay. So I'm hearing that's your superpower. That's your superpower. So Kara has heard me read enough, so she probably knows what I'm about to say. But everyone else, if you haven't heard it before, everyone has their superpower. Everyone has a way in which to navigate this earth that is special to them, and you don't always recognize it because you just do it. But that is your superpower, Kara. Your ability to really take change. And I'm not saying it's easy for you. I'm not saying that you easily change, but you understand that it has to be done. So what they're showing me in a given day, they're showing me you're over here, and you're like, oh, no, I have to do, oh, now I'm here, oh, now I'm over
That
here.
is exactly what's been happening. I said it feels like someone's pulling me by both ears and all of my hands, and I feel like an octopus.
Yes. That is going to continue for about 3 more months.
Okay.
And then it's going to start evening out. Some of those people that you are currently working with that's not taking change so well, I'm not sure that they're going to be around. Whether it's their idea or someone else's, they're not going to be with the company forever.
Okay.
But I'm actually hearing that you are, if you keep up rowing the boat in the manner in which you are, you're going to be golden, and it's actually going to level you up.
Okay.
You're going to end up in the long run being better off for it.
Okay. I like that. I like that answer.
All right. Thank you, Miss Kara.
I appreciate you, Christy.
I appreciate you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Lemon Kara's grandmother was on it. I love it when spirits do that. They're like, boom, boom, boom. Sold. Everything was right. All right. I want to thank everyone who is being here today. If you haven't done so yet, please click that follow button, and you'll get notified. I'm going to be live, I think, again tomorrow. What's tomorrow?
Every day this
Not every day. I'm not.
month.
Yeah, except for the 4th. I'm not going live on the 4th. Forget you people. No, not really. We just have a bunch of shenanigans going on in my house when the 4th is going on. Shenanigans. We have good. You're welcome, Jaylene.
Tomorrow at noon.
Oh, tomorrow at noon, I'm going to be live. There you go. So my current moderator will be at work, so I will have Dee on board tomorrow. There's Dee right there. She just commented. My sweet Dee. She will be there tomorrow. Okay, so let's see who we have going on here. Interesting. Okay, so I have a dad energy stepping up, and his name is Ken. Setting off. Big Trippy, you're so funny. So whenever we talk about reading and I'm teaching reading, I always tell people an ego is part of it. And if you ever go to a psychic medium and then say, I don't have an ego, run in the other direction. We all have an ego. We just have to learn when we're in it. Now, what took me the pause when the spirit came up is like, oh, we have a dad energy and his name is Ken. My father-in-law comes to me as a dad energy because, I don't know, I I married my father-in-law's son when his son was 20, and so we were married for a long time before my father-in-law passed, and his name was Ken. So instantly I had to stop for a minute, like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. No, this is a different spirit. Okay, so we do have a dad energy. His name, and I'm hearing the name Ken around him. This gentleman is letting me know that he had a stocky build. This guy was always kind of stocky, and he did construction. And he wasn't not afraid of heights. I don't know why that's important, but he wasn't. He is showing me being up on rafters and being up on roofs with no safety gear. He should have had the safety gear on, but he doesn't. He would have given me a little bit of a heart attack. And yes, so he's joking with me. So he was also a teaser. He's someone who would tease. My husband who teases me or laughs at me because if people come here and work on my house, I'm always like, why? You should have this, you should have that. I'm always looking out for their safety. My daughter went to high school with someone, and years later they were at my house working on something, and he messaged my daughter later and like, your mama was so mama-ing me. I was like, yes, I was. Well, you should have had boots on because it was snowing outside, and you were in these little tennis shoes working outside. That is not okay. So he's teasing me, this gentleman is, that I would have been all over him because he didn't ever use proper safety. He's also letting me know that he liked to go out with the boys a lot. And that tend to hurt his relationships. He would go out drinking with the boys almost every night after work. And when I said drinking, he's like letting me know he didn't get drunk every night, but he did go out, have drinks, and he was always with his boys, and that did hurt his relationships. He liked to, are you showing me? He's showing me out in the woods. He's showing me the whole hunting thing. He's showing me bonfires. He's showing me he liked to hunt. He is showing me just going to these cabins and hanging out with the guys and hunting. And this is his words, not mine. He is saying shooting the shit. He died in an accident. He is showing me that he is cremated, not buried. Okay, let me recap this gentleman. We have a dad energy stepping up. There is a Ken name around him. He's showing me he's stocky. He did work construction. He was not afraid of heights, and he was always on roofs and rafters. And he could walk them like a monkey, and he never was wearing his safety gear. He was always out with the boys. After work, he went out with the boys a lot. He's letting me know it wasn't like he was getting drunk every night, but he was hanging with his boys, which did hurt his relationships. He liked to hunt. He liked to go out and, camp with the boys, hunting, the campfires, the whole thing. And he died in an accident. Does this gentleman sound familiar to anyone? Thank y'all for liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you all. Does this gentleman belong to anyone? If he is yours, please put a yes in the comments. But did the rest of it fit him? Okay, Marissa. Did the rest of it fit him? And what is this Ken name around him? He worked hardscape. I'm not quite sure what that is. Retaining walls and stuff? Okay, very good. What is this Ken name around him? Okay, Marissa. I think we are with, okay, Marissa, because before, I'm going to ask you to go live. Because I was about to say he belongs to someone like Melissa. All right, I just asked you to go live. Okay, Marissa? Are you going to accept? Let's see. Let's try that again. Okay, Marissa. Gonna ask you to go live. Oh, it's not letting me now. Okay, so okay, Marissa. On the people down at the bottom, there's a blue person and the pink person with side by side. Click that, ask me to go live, and I will accept. Let's see, is it going to happen? Okay, Marissa, are you able to go live? Click the people down at the bottom. And my moderator is on it. He's getting all the messages out there. Yes, I will never ask you for money. You can only book on my website. Yes, I have a new book out. He is on it tonight. Can we just give my moderator a hand? Yay, moderator. Okay, so it looks like, okay, Marissa is not going to be able to go live, which is odd. So maybe it wasn't with her. Okay, so were you going to say something?
Just, no. Enjoying all the love.
Sweet baby Ray, you are so cute. She's like, my grandfather was stocky built, the life of the party. And she's already asking me to go live. Let's see what she's got going on here. Let's just see. I don't know if the spirit is hers, but let's just see. Hi, sweet baby Ray.
So, my grandpa Jim has a son named Ken.
There you go. I was like, what? That was the first question I was going to ask you is what the Ken name is. So your grandpa Jim has a son named Ken. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Did he work construction?
I am not sure. Again, he was very old by the time I met him, so I don't know much of his past history, but I do know he was a stocky built man, a very broad shoulder man. Definitely liked to, joke around and
Party?
yeah. He loved
Okay.
Christmas parties and everything. That was his
Now,
thing.
did some of his party, and I don't know if you'll know this part about him, because sometimes our grandparents, we don't know this part of their life, but did his liking parties affect his relationships?
I'm not 100% sure.
Sometimes we don't know that about our grandparents.
He was my great grandfather, so he had a whole life before I even existed.
Yes, and they did not go back and okay, and so this is your great grandfather.
Yes.
He was telling me something. I was trying to decide what he was saying. Now, he's saying something about, he's going back to this name thing. Is someone named after him?
Not that I'm aware of,
His
no.
middle name. What was his middle name?
I really don't know.
He's saying his middle name belongs to someone here on planet.
I do have a lot of cousins that are male, so they might have his middle name. I'll have to ask my grandma, his daughter.
Okay.
She'll probably know, honestly, because she knows a
I
lot
was
of
about
family
to say,
history.
who's around you, sweet baby Ray? Is your mom around? Is your grandmother around?
Yeah, I'll give her a call and ask her if anyone's named after him.
Okay, and then you can let us know on the live. So when I'm finished reading you, call your grandmother and ask her, because inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds is me. We need to phone a friend. Okay, this gentleman is talking about who just recently got a tattoo. Someone just recently got a tattoo around you. Was that you?
No, I think my aunt might have.
Your aunt.
His granddaughter.
He is teasing about that because he is showing me that you come from a pretty tatted up family. Just about everyone around you, not everyone, but most people in your family has a tattoo.
Yeah, my mom has a lot, and my dad does, and everyone else.
And he's just like shaking his head like, what is wrong with you people? In a joking manner. So this is some of his personality come through. So make sure when you're asking people about his personality, it was one of teasing. Like he's just looking at y'all like, y'all have done lost your mind. Why are y'all doing that to your body? And that shit hurts.
He was a conservative man like that. He definitely was. He was.
Yes.
He didn't have any tattoos himself. He was very conservative about that kind of stuff.
Yes, he said that is the body God gave you, and you don't need to be marking it up. Now, he's coming back to you, sweet baby Ray, that he's showing me you going back to a school. It could be a vocational school, but going back and learning a new trade. Do you know what he's referencing?
I have always thought about getting into beauty school to learn more about makeup. It's been a dream of mine.
I was going to say, when you said beauty school, I was going to interrupt you and say, he's showing me an esthetician, something like that.
Yeah, that's my dream. It's been my lifelong dream, and I've thought about doing it because my son finally is starting school and in school. So I've been thinking about it when he goes back again to look into it.
He's saying that it's time for you to do something for yourself. And I'm not saying you were taught from the time you were raised to really think about other people, and not in a bad way. It was a way that you were shown to just be kind and considerate of others. You were taught to be a certain way in society. And your grandfather is saying, I know it's your great grandfather, but I'm going to say grandfather because it's easier. Your grandfather is showing me that it's time to start thinking about yourself. It's time to start putting yourself first.
Yeah, it's been hard. And it's funny that you say you're just saying grandfather, because I didn't call him my great grandpa. I called him my grandpa Jim. I didn't care about the great. I just called him grandpa.
It's funny. I couldn't hardly say it. Like, it was a struggle to say great grandfather.
I used to not ever call him great grandpa. I just called him Grandpa Jim. He was just my grandpa.
That's why I was struggling so much to say it. I love that. More confirmation of who I have here. And he's done a really good job of proving that he's around you by talking about these tattoos, his conservative personality, and also how you've navigated your life thus far. And he's not saying that there's anything wrong. It's just now you're transitioning to a different part of your life, and it's time to start thinking about yourself. He's also making one of my legs hurt. Have you been having problems with one of your legs?
Right now I'm having struggle walking. I just had surgery on my stomach. So it's a struggle walking right now. So that'd make a lot of sense.
Very good, because I was like, why? I just am struggling right now, and I was in a lot of pain. So I don't let spirit step up until, I don't let them just step up and say, tell them I'm around. They have to prove it. So that was his way of proving that he is around you, and he sees what you've been going through. He's also telling me to feed the dog. Do you have a dog?
Did have a dog. We had to recently get rid of him and rehome him. So I do have animals though outside that I feed every now and then. I just haven't been able to get up as much and feed them. Yeah,
I was just tapping in. What is he saying about that? Because he's very much just talking about, you did the right thing for that dog. I know, right? Injured dog. That's when he was talking about a dog. My dog injured. You did the right thing for that puppy. I know it was very difficult, and you really struggled with that decision.
Yes, I was very emotional about it.
Yes, you did the right thing. The dog went to a family that is really going to treat him well.
Yes, I'm very happy. She's been updating me on him, and I'm very happy he got to go to them.
Yes, there was a little bit of separation anxiety. I see the dog struggling a little bit. But
yes. Yeah, he was neglected by his old owner a lot, so he has a lot of separation anxiety.
He was neglected, Hera. Can you imagine? Hera's like, what? Somebody's talking to me almost all the time. What do you mean neglected? No way. Okay, so let's recap from this gentleman. He is wanting you to do something for yourself. You are naturally gifted when it comes to skincare. I don't know if you've known now, when I say you're naturally gifted, I don't know if you know what is going to work. You will pick up a product and you will just intuitively know if it's going to work or not. Have you noticed that about yourself?
Yeah, I have. It's always just come naturally to me. I've always loved doing stuff like that, and it's something I'm passionate about. So that makes 100%, it makes sense.
Also, I always talk to people about their superpower. So what he is showing me is he's showing me a timeline where you've graduated school and you're working. Not all products will work for each person. Your gift is going to be, you will intuitively know, like, this is this product will work well for this person, this product would work well for this person. You will just intuitively know that. It's going to be your superpower. Thank you, Miss Sweet Baby Ray.
Thank you so much. I
Have a good
appreciate
day.
it. You too.
All right. So don't forget, Miss Sweet Baby Ray, lean into your, what is she talking about? Great job pushing through the blockage. Interesting. Oh, okay. So let's answer some psychic questions. I see one just popped up. Let's answer. Oh, with that spirit. Thank you, Miss Katie. Thank you, Miss Katie. So now I was sitting here because Katie had said, great job pushing through the blockage. And I was like, was there one? I had to sit and think about it for a moment. As you are learning to read spirits, the more you practice, the more you just navigate energy in a manner that you don't even think about it. So I had to even stop and think when Katie was like, great job pushing through the blockage. I was like, was there one? Did I have to push through something? I had to sit with the energy for a moment because you do it, you just start doing it so naturally, you don't even think about it. All right, so y'all know the deal. If you're gonna help me with these psychic questions, just feel into your body and I'm gonna ask the question and feel how it hits. Sissy wants to know, when will my daughter get engaged this year? So for one thing, we need to navigate, is she going to get engaged this year? And then if you get an affirmative on that, then you try to narrow down a month. You might just end up with no, you don't feel her getting engaged. So we have someone. Good job, Michelle. She's the first one to comment, and she has said August. Is anyone else feeling anything? Dee is saying October. It's funny. I'm feeling September, so right in the middle of those two. I'm not quite feeling August. Like I don't feel like it's not this year, the beginning of next fall or later. Very good. I'm feeling it's going to be. Is it going to be September? I'm feeling it's going to be around September timeframe. Big Triple is saying it's going to be the beginning of next year. I'm feeling September, and we have a couple of August or October. Okay, so Chantel. Oh, let's go back up here. She popped. What was Chantel asking? Oh, Chantel wants to know, will I conceive in July? Chantel wants to know, will I conceive in July? Paige, first up. Good job, Paige. She's saying no, but you will this year. I'm feeling the same thing. I don't feel like you're going to, and someone else just said the same thing. I don't feel like it's going to be July, but you are going to be pregnant this year. Michaela is wanting to know, is she going to have a fourth baby? What are you feeling on that? Is Michaela going to have a fourth baby? Jenna's saying yes. Paige is saying no. This is right down the middle, 50-50. I am feeling yes. I'm feeling that you are going to have a fourth baby. I feel there's going to be a little bit of a lull between your third one and your fourth one. There's going to be a little bit of a waiting period, but I am feeling that you're going to have a fourth baby. Okay. Paige is wanting to know, will I meet my next partner naturally or on the apps? So is Paige going to meet her next boyfriend naturally or on the apps? What's it going to be? Naturally or the apps for Miss Paige? Katie's saying naturally. I'm feeling naturally also. Some people are saying apps. I am hearing naturally. I'm hearing that you're definitely going to meet. Okay, we're only going to answer one of these questions. We're going to answer this first one. Is Matt Alex's soulmate? And just so we're clear, if Matt and Alex are together and they're not soulmates, it doesn't mean they shouldn't be together. Sometimes we're just not meant to be with our soulmate, and that's okay. That is okay. All right. Is Matt Alex's soulmate? If y'all haven't done so yet, please click that follow button. And don't forget, I have a free event coming up July 18th for the Divine Collective, but it's free. The Divine Collective is a subscription program, but the event talking about the Divine Collective is free. We'll be doing readings. There's going to be some Divine Collective members doing cards. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, Wander with Soul said no, that they are not soulmates. Is that the only person? What'd you get, moderator? Are they soulmates?
I don't answer those questions.
We're getting a lot of no, but I am actually feeling that they are. And people know that sometimes, I don't know, front soulmates, I don't know what that is. I am feeling that they're soulmates. I am actually not a big fan of friends, not soulmates. I gotcha. I am not a big fan of people honing in and harping on my soulmate, my twin flame, because sometimes we want to put an identification on a relationship instead of actually making that relationship work or not work. So, but everyone else said no. I'm actually feeling they are. And it's a hard sell for me to feel soulmates because I'm usually like, yeah, no. But again, we're not always meant to be with our soulmates.
So I haven't gone to Mexico.
Delise is self-publishing. Will it sell? What are y'all feeling? She's self-publishing. Will it sell? Okay, so I don't think that's really a fair question because of course it's going to sell. All books are going to sell a couple of copies, even if it's a couple of your friends, right? So yes, it's going to sell. So when you're asking questions, and this isn't just for this question, it's for other people who are putting questions in the comments, you want them to quantify. So is the book going to sell? Well, of course it's going to sell. If you self-publish and put it out there, a couple of people at least are going to buy a copy of it. So when you want information, make sure you're quantifying it. Does that make sense? AB wants to know, will I be on holidays to Mexico in September with my 4 kids? That is very specific. I love it. Will AB be on holiday to Mexico in September with her 4 kids? Interesting. What are we getting on that? Oh, is that your answer? Oh, good job, Jen. Thank you. I was waiting for you to answer. Okay, Sissy, I was waiting for someone to come up and say that. A lot of people are saying yes. Sissy said she's getting mixed feelings. I'm also getting mixed feelings. So that means part of that is true. Part of it is true. So is it going to be you're going to be in Mexico but not have all 4 of your kids? Are you going to have all 4 of your kids but not in not in Mexico? Are you going to have all 4 of your kids in Mexico but not in September? Part of that question is true, but not the entire thing. That's why you were getting mixed feelings. And the yeses were people were like, yeah. They were feeling yes, but only part of it is true. Brad is asking, I feel I see shadows in my peripherals, which catches my attention. What does that mean? It means you are seeing spirits, my friend. Yep. So if you could, our instant reaction when we see some in the peripheral, we see something over there, is to turn. If you could train yourself to not turn, but kind of hone in and bring your awareness to that area, you could figure out more about the spirit, like a male or a female. And I get a lot of personalities, so I could probably feel part of their personality. So you are seeing spirits. Well done. That is also a sign of clairvoyance, which is connected to the brow chakra. All right. Hi, Buddy Black. How are you? Okay. Let's see. Melissa, will I be able to pay my house off this year? Fabulous. Good job. What are y'all getting? Is Melissa going to be able to pay her house off this year? I love it for you. Is Melissa going to, we have someone that says not this year, a yes. Sissy saying January. I'm feeling you're going to pay it off this year. Pretty close to paying it off. Is it going to be by the end of 2025? I'm seeing that you are barely going to make paying it off, but you are going to pay it off this year. Let's just give you a hand. What an accomplishment, right? Paying off your house. Yay. I know, right, Jen? Awesome. The thing about paying off houses is there's still so many bills associated with them. All the insurances, property taxes, but yes, good for you. All right, Katie's asked this question a couple of times. Let's get this answered. Will my husband get promoted by the end of this year? Katie wants to know if her husband will be promoted by the end of this year. What are y'all feeling? Well, Katie's husband, Jen is saying yes. We're having a no, a yes. Are you getting anything?
Yes.
You think you will?
I didn't go for a sissy though.
My moderator said yes. He said, but I didn't go as far as Sissy did. And I was like, what did Sissy say? Sissy said October. I do feel him getting promoted this year, but like barely. I just like a small yes. So that probably means it won't be as big of a money jump as he would like. All right. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. I've been live for about an hour and a half and I am starving. I'm going to go get me something to eat. I want to thank everyone for joining me. I will be back tomorrow at noon. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Have a good evening.